Alright, so we're talking about surface area of a prism. So a prism, like we said, is just very familiar. An oblique prism basically means it's not straight. Okay, imagine some sort of shape that's sort of slanted over or twisted, or if it's a straight prism with flat edges and straight sides coming off, and then it's a right prism. Okay, and the surface area of a solid, any solid, whether it's a prism or anything, is the sum of the areas of all the faces. Okay, it sounds obvious, it is obvious. You have to find each of the areas of the different faces, and then add them all together, and you find its surface area. Alright, this is the sort of thing that we use often. If you want to paint your house, you have to work out surface area, and then work out how much paint covers how much area. If you want to work out tiling, for instance, you get complicated shapes like the Sydney Opera House, where you have to work out its surface area, or it might just be straightforward like a wall of a bathroom. But all of that is surface area and covering it over. So I'm going to do a couple of examples, and then we'll see how we do it. Okay, so we've got this rectangular prism. Find the surface area of this rectangular prism. Very straightforward. So what we have is we've got two faces, this one, which are the same, and then the bottom and the top, and then the back and the front. So we think about that. So we have to have 6 faces added together. So what we need to do is, the first face, I'm going to do this side first. So 8 times 6. So the surface area is equal to, there's 2 of these faces. There's 8 times 6 area, and then the one in the back. So it's 2 times 8 times 6. I'm just putting the brackets to make clear that the face is the 8 times 6. Alright, plus the top and bottom, so that's 5 by 6. 5 wide, 6 long, and there's 2 of them. So we're going to do 2 times 5 times 6, plus the other face is the 8 by 5, which is the front and the back. So we got 2 times 8 by 5. Let's say this is centimeters. Right. So if we work that out, 8 times 6 is what? Take your feet off, please, Millie. 8 times 6 is 48 times 2. 96. 96. 5 times 6 is 30 times 2, 60. Plus 8 times 5 is 4, 40 times 2 is 80. Alright, so if we add those up, we've got 140, 236 centimeters. Alright, so we're just finding the areas of each one and then adding them together. Here's that's our first thing. I'll come back to it, so if you just want to listen instead, that's fine. I just want to get through this before we finish up. Now, this is what kind of prism? Good. A triangular prism. So we need to remember a few things. We need to remember how to find the area of a triangle. We also need to remember Pythagoras' theorem. How do we find the length? If I draw this over here, we have this triangle. But we need to know this, it's got this and this, but we need to know what this is. We don't know this length. And we need this length to work out this big slanted side, or the area of it. So how am I going to find what x is? Pythagoras' theorem. And what is Pythagoras' theorem? Good. 12 equals x squared. Alright, I'll flip it around. So 12 squared 144 plus 81 is 295. squared equals 225. 225, and the square root of both sides, x equals 15. And so we now know that the slanted side is 15, and so we can work out all the different areas. The other thing is, how do I work out the area of this triangle? How do I get the area of the triangle, Millie? No, that's to work out x. So we're going, so what's the area? What about the area? How do I work out the area of the triangle? Alex. Good. Half base times height. So I can break this question up and say area of triangles. Find the area of the triangles. It's half times 12 times 9, which equals, that's 6 times 54. Okay, that's our first part. So there's two of those, but we'll do it at the end when we have them all together. And so the next thing we need to do is to find, let's find the slanted side. What's the dimensions of this slanted rectangle? Thomas? Yeah. A equals 15 times 18, which equals 270. Okay, and then we have the base. So we have A equals 18 times 12, which is equal to 216. And then the final side is that back face. This one at the back here, which is 9 times 18. So if you get all these sides and add them all together, all the faces, what do we get? Could you add up all the faces for me? Alright, so what we need to do is add up all the different sides. So we have the surface area, SA, is equal to 2 of the triangles, 2 times 54, plus slanted side, plus this side, plus 162, and that is equal to 640. Yes, 200.
Yes, 756.
Is that?
I did that in my head.
756. 756 centimeters squared. Okay, so that's the way to do it. You break it up and find each part. I was going to do another example, but I won't. It's just a trapezoidal prism. So if you, I just need you to write down a reminder of a couple of things. Please write this down, and then I'll go back up to the examples if you need them. Remember, Pythagoras' theorem, right angle triangle. C squared equals A squared plus B squared. The hypotenuse squared equals the sum of the squares of the other two sides. The area of a triangle is A equals half base times height, and the area of a trapezium is the two parallel sides added together divided by 2 and multiplied by 8. Okay? So that's what you need to remember, and that's the exercise there.